Some of the best gaming experiences and memories are created with friends, so here are a few of the best games you can platinum with your friends right now, if you have any. Starting us off is a game that I had a ton of fun playing myself, and that's Operation Tango. You and your friend will take on the roles as the agent and the hacker through online co-op. For each playthrough, the agent will be in the field and walking around, whilst the hacker will ensure that you know exactly where to go and what to look for. This forces you to work together in coordinated fashion to make sure you don't get caught and fail the mission. All of the trophies are super easy and hardly missable, and will require you to switch roles after the first playthrough to play from the other perspective and get the trophies there as well. However, it's not very difficult, coming in at only a 2 out of 10 difficulty, and each playthrough will only take around 3 hours, meaning that you can platinum this game in about 6 hours. It's seriously a lot of fun and can create some very tense but funny moments.
Let's go!
But if you're looking for something that's a little more lighthearted without the fear of getting caught, then Overcooked might be more up your alley. But instead of stressing about getting detected as a spy, now you'll be stressing about getting the meals ready in time. Because this game can be incredibly stressful yet incredibly hilarious at the same time should you be playing with friends. Running around the challenging kitchen layouts with dishes, uncooked meat and unprepared meals is something you just have to experience yourself. I platinumed Overcooked All You Can Eat, which is basically both games combined into one, and there's so many levels to play through. Just make sure that you either have a friend online or 2 controllers for couch co-op, as there are a few tedious trophies that require 4 players. But it shouldn't be too challenging, as the game is rated at a 3 out of 10 and can be done in around 15 hours. But be aware that playing this game with your significant other may lead to you being thrown out of the house. Which, in that case, the next game is perfect for you, because moving out is similar to Overcooked in many ways. Not only is the gameplay similar aesthetically and design-wise, but also that the 3 out of 10 difficulty and 15 hours to platinum are nearly identical. The main difference is that in this game you'll be moving stuff in or out of different buildings. It should be noted that this game can be platinumed solo, but with a friend online or next to you, everything should become much easier and a lot more fun. And certain items can only be moved with the help of another, and so whether you're playing the first or second moving out, either of these games will provide you plenty of fun. However, if you're looking for something that's a little more serious with some action, then I don't think there's a better game suited for you than Helldivers 2. This game has gotten so much praise over how enjoyable the experience has been for players that it's impossible not to include here. It's definitely quite a bit more challenging than the previous games mentioned, with about a 6 out of 10 difficulty rating and an expected time to platinum of around 75 hours. However, other guys have stated that this may be a skill issue and it's easier and can be done even quicker, so that's up to you, Helldiver, but make sure that you and your friends are an elite peacekeeping force, because if you have to defend the galaxy with randoms, it's gonna be tough. But again, if that's not exactly your type of jam, then maybe some light-hearted good old couch co-op LEGO games can do the trick. Yeah, LEGO games, they are still around and have been for almost 2 decades now. Whether you're into superheroes, uncharted explorers, misbehaving pirates, large dinosaurs, or galactic warfare, there's a LEGO game for you. You can play these solo as well and just give your little brother a controller with an empty battery, or let them have a go and play the game in couch co-op together. These games are almost always similar in trophy estimations, but can vary in length. So enjoy the 2 out of 10 difficulty and 20 to 30 hours you'll spend building bricks and collecting many collectibles. However, if you want to play something with a friend that is much shorter than the LEGO games, you can platinum the We Were Here games in about 4 to 6 hours. The newer ones are multi-platform as well, so you can play this with your friends on any platform they choose. The game features a walkie-talkie mechanic where you and your friend can only communicate through that inside of the game, so that can create some more interesting gameplay segments. You're meant to go through the game by figuring out various puzzles, and there are a few entries in this series already now, so if you already have a platinum for this game, there's a lot of others that are very similar in trophy and platinum estimations. But if you've already checked that out, there's another game that has many different iterations already. However, he has changed slightly for the newer generations, and I'm of course talking about Sackboy. This cute little boy made of brown sack has been around for a while, but in Sackboy: A Big Adventure, there's a lot of fun to be had. Although most of the game can be played solo again, there are multiple co-op levels that do require teamwork. That, along with a few 2-player trophies required for the platinum, a second player is really crucial to have. It is possible to do those solo if you have a second controller, but I wouldn't recommend that, as you can play in both couch co-op and online co-op with up to 4 players. Most of the game is also fairly easy, however there's one trophy that requires you to beat the Rip Snorter trial, which is just a challenge to say the least. Therefore, this game comes in at a 5 out of 10 difficulty and around 30 hours to platinum. But spending some 30 hours with someone might become a challenge on its own. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit on the shorter side, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons has you covered. It's not quite a similar platforming game as Sackboy, but it does have elements of platforming and puzzle solving throughout. You play as two brothers, hence the name, to find a cure for your father. And with just one missable trophy, a 2 out of 10 difficulty, and around 3 to 4 hours to platinum, this game is perfect for a quick and really fun co-op platinum. And the funny thing is that Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons was created by Joseph Fares, who you might know from this.
Okay, can you swear here? Can you swear?
swear,
Okay.
run in it.
Fuck the Oscars, you know? Fuck the Oscars! Fuck you!
Yes, indeed, because Joseph is pretty much the go-to guy for some of the best co-op games out there, and A Way Out is no exception. You play as Vincent and Leo as you try to figure out a way to escape prison in around the 1970s. It's a very clever game that has you working together to either distract a guard or find an escape route. There's so many things to enjoy here, and with only 7 hours to platinum and it being a 2 out of 10 difficulty, there's pretty much no reason to not platinum this incredibly fun game that, for me, is one of my favorite co-op games of all time. However, before we talk about what is my personal favorite and arguably the best co-op game of recent times, let's go over a few others that just didn't make the list. Most of these games are not focused on the co-op aspect, but can be played together just as well as when you're playing solo. Games like Rocket League and Minecraft don't often get thrown into the co-op list games, but they are just as good, if not better, to platinum with friends. There's of course also always the FPS games to play together, like The Finals, Battlefield, or even Call of Duty, even though that doesn't have a PS5 platinum, but still. There's a ton of choice in that area, like a ton of choice. Other fun games that take a very long time to platinum are Sea of Thieves and Deep Rock Galactic. Both will take hundreds upon hundreds of hours to get all of the trophies and the 100%. But let's not forget about games like Far Cry, Ghost Recon, Borderlands, or even Returnal as other great games for co-op gameplay. But as good as those games are, nothing will ever top the co-op experience that is It Takes Two. This game is simply wonderful. I love it so much. I played it together with a friend of mine, and the amount of times we just laughed at our own stupidity or how one of us makes a mistake, it is just pure, innocent fun. The amount of different gameplay elements mixed with the cute and funny story makes for a truly unforgettable platinum experience. It's also a super easy game to pick up, even for people that have never played games before. It can also be played in both split screen and with someone online through the friend pass, which is great. And it's also a little longer of a game than A Way Out, with it taking around 15 hours to platinum due to having to switch characters for the 2 playthroughs needed. But most of the trophies are super easy with a few miscellaneous ones. However, if you know what you're doing and looking for, these should cause you no trouble whatsoever. So let me know what your favorite platinum is that you got in co-op, and if you want to know about some fun indie games, then check out this video. And that's it. See ya!